Dave Leno, Adrian Branch, and we're joined by Ray Harper of JSU. Coach, congratulations, the third consecutive win over Belmont.
Well, I thought our kids played extremely hard, and you know, for whatever reason, over the last week, we've just struggled to score the basketball, and we really got back to the basics this week and tried to get it corrected, and I thought we looked pretty good on the offensive end tonight.
Coach, it's interesting. All the elements were there tonight. You had senior night, which could be emotional. Then you had Bill Jones. That was good handwriting by the coach right
here.
You
it's a lot better than my handwriting.
And then you guys beat a team in Belmont that you've just had their number. What did we see tonight?
Well, I think we had talked about we've really gotten away from who we are. Our identity is tough, defensive, rebound to basketball. And, you know, when things would go south on us on the offensive end, we'd venture off and want to do it on our own.
Yeah.
One pass, no passes.
Trust the process.
We didn't do that tonight. We really got back to trusting each other and trusting what we were trying to do. And when we do that, we've got a chance to have a good basketball team.
You're 17-2, holding opponents under 40%. Just how huge has your defense been down the stretch? And you need them to be to get that 3 or 4 seed in the OVC tournament upcoming.
Well, I mean, it's kind of who we are. I mean, last year in the conference tournament, no one scored 60 or more points on us, and that's not been our issue in our recent losses. I mean, we held Murray State, a great offensive team, to 68, and Austin Peay scored 60 on us. We just haven't been able to score the ball, and so we had staff meetings Sunday and really got some things ironed out to try to get our offense corrected tonight.
Well, Coach, it was interesting because the coaching staff was saying, going against you, and earlier it was a compliment. They were saying that this team could be a Jekyll Hyde. When you guys are cooking, it's a man among boys. Now, let me make that point there and also say what? This time last year, you guys had dropped the last 2 out of 3 before you went on that magical run. So you seeing some of the same fabric that you want to just get this win and try to get momentum for the OVC?
It's kind of what we've talked about. Again, you know, a season, it's a journey, and you have to stay together, and there's always so many outside influences. And, you know, I thought we lost who we were and our identity, but give these kids credit. You know, I think we're starting to work some things out, and I think he's got an idea tonight of how good we can be.
I'd like to ask real quick, coaches, they're like your babies. They're like your kids. What will you take from this magical moment where you have your key guys, Drum Right, senior night, Giga, senior night, you had 3 seniors. What will you take from this game and this night?
Well, first, you know, those guys, they deserve to win their last game in the arena that they're going to play in. And I'm just happy for that entire locker room. We needed something good to happen. We need to get our confidence back, and hopefully this can be a step in the right direction. I mean, Rick's one of the best basketball coaches in the country. He'll have his guys ready next week when we get to Evansville, and you know, I'm sure we're going to see them again at some point next week.
Yeah, real soon. It's going to be a quick turnaround. Yeah. Hey, Coach, we appreciate it. Real quick, I want to ask you this one. Y'all went to the tournament, and you had Bill Jones there. How special was that? That was really a touch of class.
Well, Bill he's special to me. Although he did end my college career in the Final Four the year they won the national championship here, but he's been a friend. He was a great basketball coach, and it's an honor for me. I've had the good fortune. I'm coaching on Bill Jones' court, and when I was at Oklahoma City, I was able to coach at Abe Lemon's court, who coached me at the University of Texas. So I've been very fortunate to be around some good people and some good mentors.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win, and good luck the rest of the way. Adrian and I will wrap it up on the other side. It was JSU prevailing by 11 over Belmont. At the P, led by Windler and Hunter.
Hey, you talk about guys that only had 1 turnover combined. They were so timely for their team and mixing up their offense. The alley-oop dunk, the transition baskets, and Marlon Hunter plays bigger than his 6'2" frame. Watch this finishing. This was a big basket also to help keep that lead, and then coming back in traffic, knocking down that mid-range game. He has been a tough customer. Just what the doctor ordered. Showing that ball fake, this is classic fundamental basketball.
As we take a look at the updated standings in the OVC right now, you'll still see that Belmont is at the top with Murray State. In fact, they'll be at the number 2 seed, so they're likely to get that double bye in the OVC tournament. Jacksonville State right now in 5th. Now, we touched on JSU with Coach Harper. How about for Coach Bird's side in Belmont right now? What is the state of this team?
Well, one, they don't want to see Jacksonville State right now because it's just been a problem with their physicality and the lack of depth. When you talk about the bench production, which was 30-4 when the game really mattered, that was just something they couldn't withstand. Coach Bird is a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a teacher and then a coach. He'll make the adjustment. So what they have to do is continue to take pressure off of Luke and Windler because they could do no wrong. They were all right coming into the final 5 minutes. 31 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, and only 1 turnover. They've got to get some help.
Yeah, only 9 guys available for Belmont. On the flip side, for JSU, a ton of depth of scoring. Even though right now they're in 5th place of the OVC, do you see this team that has a good opportunity of repeating as champions?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, they've already had success. They've been able to go to the NCAA tournament for the first time ever as a Division I team. So they put together a masterpiece. Belmont is not a cupcake team. They were able to do it with 10 guys collectively, defensively, offensively, three-point shooting.
For the 3rd consecutive time, it's JSU prevailing over Belmont. For Adrian Branch and our entire ESPN crew, this is Dave Leno saying so long from the peak. Up next, West Coast Conference action with Portland hosting BYU, Roxy Bernstein, and Karan Butler. All yours, guys.